Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Najwa Husseini with Azadi News. Azadi TV team wishes all Rohingya and Muslims around the globe a very blessed Ramadan. May Allah give us strength and strong will to fight this ongoing novel coronavirus epidemic and survive with unity and faith. Rights groups urge PM to act against Rohingya hate speech. IDPs being left behind in the response to COVID-19, say relief workers. UNDP UNHCR Burma extend MOU in Rohingya repatriation. Dozens of human rights groups have called on Malaysian Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to address hate speech and violent threats against Rohingya refugees in the country amid a slew of online posts threatening murder and sexual violence. Monday's open letter signed by 83 organizations said the surge in hateful messages attacking the Rohingya community was causing fear of physical violence and discrimination among the refugees. We urge you to act immediately to address the recent proliferation of hate speech and violent threats against the Rohingya community and to ensure the incendiary rhetoric does not trigger discriminatory acts or physical attacks, said the letter. Signatories included Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International Malaysia Article 19 and the International Commission of Jurists. The online post directed at the Rohingya in the country included discriminatory and dehumanizing language and images, with some users threatening prominent Rohingya activists as well as their supporters with murder and sexual violence, the group said. Numerous online petitions calling for the expulsion of Rohingya were also launched on change.org, Avas and other platforms, with some garnering thousands of signatures, while Facebook, Twitter, change.org and Avas have removed some of the content. New posts and petitions containing hateful and discriminatory content continue to appear, the letter said. Rights groups have previously expressed concern that coronavirus lockdowns across Southeast Asia could trigger a repeat of a 2015 crisis when a crackdown by Thailand prompted smugglers to abandon their human cargo at sea. More than 1 million Rohingya refugees live in camps in southern Bangladesh. They were being driven out from homes in Arakan after a genocidal campaign conducted by the Burmese military in 2017. Crowded conditions in camps, meager services, and restrictions on access and movement have left communities displaced by conflict more vulnerable than most to the coronavirus pandemic. Although most everyone living in Burma has been affected in some way by the COVID-19 pandemic, those in crowded camps for people displaced by armed conflict are among the most vulnerable to the threat posed by the virus. Questions are being raised about whether the government is doing enough to support the hundreds of thousands of internally displaced people or IDPs and to protect them from the virus in the congested camps that they would rather not call home. Officials from various government ministries insist that they are paying attention to health and safety in the IDP camps and are taking measures to prevent the spread of the virus. However, domestic and international non-government organizations and civil society groups have reported a big gap between the government's ostensible response and the situation confronting IDPs fearful of being infected. Rakhine State has by far the largest number of IDPs in Burma. This includes almost 130,000 mostly Rohingya who were displaced in communal violence since 2020. 2012, and at least another 60,000 who have been forced to flee their homes due to fighting between the Arkan Army and Burmese military since January 2019. Civil society groups say tens of thousands more displaced people are sheltering in host communities in conditions that are often equally deprived and unsanitary. The UN Development Programme UNDP and the UN Refugee Agency UNHCR on Monday agreed with the government of Myanmar to extend the tripartite Memorandum of Understanding MOU for activities in Arkan state amid no repatriation of Rohingyas from Bangladesh. The MOU aims at helping create a conducive environment for the voluntary, safe, dignified, and sustainable repatriation of Rohingya refugees from Bangladesh, as well as supporting recovery and resilience-based development for the benefit of all communities living in the 3 northern townships of Arkan state. Commenting on the situation in Rakhine state, UNDP and UNHCR said creating a conducive environment for the voluntary, safe, and dignified return of refugees and to improving the enjoyment of human rights for the population still residing in Burma is the responsibility of the government of Burma, and UNDP and UNHCR remain committed to supporting this work. This framework for cooperation between the UN and the government was initially signed on 6 June 2018 and previously extended in May 2019. Welcoming the extension of the agreement, UNDP and UNHCR said, while the environment in Arkan state is not yet conducive to the voluntary repatriation of Rohingyas, the MOU has allowed UNHCR and UNDP teams to assess the immediate needs in over 120 villages so far in Mongdo and Buthidaung townships. This is today's news. To get more updates about Rohingya, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Visit our website azadinews.org and follow our social media accounts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.